Strongly believe dreams and drinks are the only things worth chasing. There is nothing like striving to achieve your dream and then celebrating with a drink. Am I right or am I right? Hello, Partyans. What's up? I'm Neha Thakur, your host and the only drinking buddy you're gonna need from now on. No, don't worry, I'm not going to replace your friends. But when you're sitting alone in your balcony on a Saturday evening or a Sunday afternoon, I will be there to entertain you while you sip on your drink. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a digital entrepreneur by profession, aspiring author by passion, and a bibulous by heart. Do you know what bibulous means, by the way? It's being fond of drinking. By now, you have probably figured out why Happy Hour with Neha is an apt name for my podcast. So let's get this party started, shall we? Cheers. Now, let me tell you a bit about this show. This is going to be a limited 20 episode season. Of course, there will be more seasons to come, but I'll unveil my plans at the end of this one. So, what are we doing this season? I'm going to share some hilarious stories. We'll talk about history of alcohol, explore various sorts of beverages and their origins. I'll also share some tidbits from my interactions with alcohol aficionados and new age entrepreneurs from the alcohol industry. We'll talk about brands and share our views. We'll play some games if time permits, and well, maybe some other fun stuff that I'll think of. You can also drop me a message on YouTube or Instagram or any social media and tell me what you would like to hear next on the podcast. Sounds fun? Follow me and ping me with your suggestions at Happy Hour with Neha. Now that the pleasantries are done, let's start with the fun part. Do you remember your first drinking experience? Not just a sip from your dad's or uncle's drink. I mean a full-fledged drunken experience. Mine was a little dull. I may be this fun party person now, but believe it or not, I was once a goody two shoes. But let me tell you the story. I remember sneaking out of our classes with my close friends, and we headed to a friend's house whose parents weren't home. Guys went out and bought beers because obviously girls couldn't go out and buy daru back then. Damn, do I sound like an old person when I say that? But it's true. It's only been 5, 6 years since I have been able to buy daru or cigarettes or condoms for that matter on my own, which is still not possible in most parts of India. But I digress. That's a conversation for another day. Let's get back to the story. So we are at this friend's place, and each of us had about a couple of beers. And given our juvenile age of 16, it was enough for us to get high. We had a lot of fun, laughed a lot, but come evening, it was time to go home. So we literally bathed in our deodorants to, mask the stench, and we left. I remember telling my mom that I have had a very long day, I'm very tired and sleepy, and I fled to my bed. I didn't come out till the next morning, and by then I was done. I was under the impression that crisis has averted and I'm safe. But to my surprise, while serving me my breakfast, my mama says, "So, how much did you drink yesterday?" My bite was stuck in my throat. I was like, "Mom, how is it that you know everything?" So, that was my first drinking experience. I'll be sharing more such anecdotes in the coming episodes. Stay tuned and text me with your fun experiences at Happy Hour with Neha. Two people with the funniest stories will get a chance to come on the podcast and win a surprise gift. Isn't that cool? Now let's talk alcohol. Here are some fun facts you might not have known. Alcohol may be as old as human civilization. Intentionally fermented beverages existed as early as Neolithic age. Lots of vegetables and almost all fruits contain a small amount of alcohol in them. Most people think that drinking alcohol raises the body temperature, whereas alcohol actually causes for the body temperature to drop. India has begun to make a mark on the global market. Our alcohol industry is the world's third largest at $35 billion. Craft microbreweries have risen to popularity over the last decade, with over 170 operating in India, especially in Bangalore, Gurgaon, Mumbai, and Pune. Younger clientele seeking a more varied experience has triggered a wave of new craft beer launches from labels such as Bira, White Rhino, White Owl, Kati Patang, Simba, and more. And here is some good news. In this season, we are going to speak with some of these entrepreneurs and learn about the business of alcohol. So, on that note, let us welcome our first guest. He's not from the alcohol industry, but he's a lot of fun to hang out with. He's also super talented and wears many hats. To name a few, he's an RJ, actor, director, producer, and podcaster. Wow, there's nothing this dude cannot do. We know him from his portrayal of Ginny in Aladdin, Bhaskar Bose from a thriller podcast on Spotify by the same name, and most recently, we all loved his brilliant performance as Coach Tejas Mukherjee in Rashmi Rocket. So, without further ado, let's welcome Mantra. Hi, Mantra. Welcome on the show.
Hello. Hey, Neha. How we doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, you called me for a date, and here I am. It's the first time we're meeting, and we are catching up over a drink. That's what you offered, and I said, always, always for such a pleasure. I never say no to that.
Thank you so much. So lovely to have you on the show. And so since the show is all about alcohol and it's a Saturday night, so let's start with our drinks.
Yeah,
What are you
absolutely.
having today?
Now, here we go. This is it. Well, always a fan of nice whiskey, and
Oh,
although
likewise.
for the last couple of days, I was on a French brandy because wasn't feeling too well. So garam pani ke saath wala jo combination hai,
Right.
I
Yeah.
enjoy my toddies. I enjoy my hot toddies also, and it's a good
Nice.
season to have the hot toddies.
Yep.
November, December are here. You're in Pune. I'm in Mumbai. Although there is no winter in Mumbai, but if people in Delhi or the northern parts of the country, they would be enjoying their
Yeah.
toddies right now. But for
Yep.
me, it's whiskey.
Yep. The same. I'm having Jim Bim with ginger ale today.
That's awesome. Cheers to that. I'm
Cheers.
actually at today I'm having a single malt, but I'm not a single malt fan. I'm always a fan of good whiskey, but I still prefer my whiskey blended. And for the longest period of time, my go-to brand was Teachers and Teachers Highland Cream because I enjoy Teachers Highland. When the first time Teachers Highland Cream came to me when I was very young, I said, "Ye kisne banaya hai mujassima." What a brilliant, what a beautiful, smooth taste.
Yeah.
And yeah, but Glenfiddich for the
All right.
night.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
On that note, we just heard the news today that Maharashtra government has decided to cut excise duty on imported liquor by 50%. Now
Whoa.
probably our prices are going to drop by at least 30 to 40%.
Here
So
you go. You're
that's
talking about
good news.
Maharashtra where they have dropped duty taxes. On the other hand, I was recently shooting in Delhi,
Mhm.
and I'd gone there for a web series, and I was there staying there for a couple of nights. So
Okay.
once I finished my shoot, I was returning from old Delhi to back to the hotel where I stay. So I told my cab driver, I said, "Arey, kisi theke pe rokna," and he said, "Sir, मुश्किल होगा." मैंने कहा क्यों मुश्किल होगा यार, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? मैं दिल्ली रह चुका हूँ, एंड आई नो हर दूसरे गली में एक वाइन शॉप मिलेगा. बोले बट सर द दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट हैज आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ यू नो अबाउट दिस थिंग, बट द दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट हैज मेड अ मूव. दे हैव शट डाउन ऑल private liquor store.
Oh my God. No, I was not.
Only, yeah,
Damn.
only government liquor stores are open right now.
Wow.
And the reason behind that is what I've heard. I don't know really about it right now, but I've been told that an entire privatization is happening, and
Mhm.
soon Delhi will have new liquor stores, or everything will turn into a private store. But till that time, all private liquor stores have shut down, और सिर्फ देसी शराब की दुकानें जो होती है, देसी शराब के ठेके, वो ओपन है.
Wow.
और मैं शाम को 7-8 बजे के आसपास था, तो सडनली जहां 100 वाइन शॉप्स थी, वहां 10 रह गई, because 90 were private. All of them shut
Right.
down. सो
Yeah.
जो देसी शराब की दुकानें थी उनके बाहर 1.5 किलोमीटर लंबी लाइन थी. एंड आई सेड ये तो बहुत ज्यादा हो गया भाई.
Right.
इतनी भी तलब नहीं लगी है, लेकिन फिर क्या, होटल जाओ और फिर जितने में आपकी बोतल आ जाती है उतने में 5 स्टार होटल का एक पैग
True.
आता है.
True.
सो भले ही आदमी कितना भी पैसा कमा ले, लेकिन एट
Yeah.
द एंड ऑफ द डे that turns out to be a little, why would people do that, man?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. So now let's head straight into our conversation. So शुरू से शुरू करते हैं. Let's start with your first drinking experience. What do you remember about that?
But yeah, I came from a family who enjoyed their drinks. All right, both my
Okay.
mother and my father, they enjoyed their drink. They enjoyed their parties, where almost every day there'd be guests over, or we would be over to our friends' places. And I grew up in Indore in Madhya Pradesh, and my parents had a wonderful friend circle who used to have these outside ठंड के time पे गार्डन पार्टीज हो रही हैं,
Right.
या नॉर्मल टाइम पे आप कुछ ताश पार्टीज चल रही हैं, म्यूजिकल पार्टीज चल रही हैं, एंड बस बहाना चाहिए था दोस्तों को साथ में मिलने का. And so my introduction to having a good time was at a pretty early age.
Mhm.
And शायद याद नहीं कब उन्हीं पार्टीज में कहाँ चुपके से धीरे से कहीं पर एक ड्रिंक के साथ जो शुरुआत हुई. And but we always enjoyed it. We enjoyed our drinks, and I wouldn't really recall my age, but definitely I was a teenager at that point of time, or even younger to be precise. But yeah, and like I said, I mean, even today, my mom enjoys her drink every night, and I've seen her. I don't think there's been a single night when I've not seen her have a drink. So she is a larger than life woman, and she enjoys her drink.
That's
And
tricky.
almost every night we have a drink together. So that's how long it goes.
That's very cool. Okay. I had this question for later, but
So, but you started off at 16. You just said that a few minutes back. Wow,
okay.
man,
Okay.
that's pretty cool. Sweet 16, huh?
That was just once time ka
Yeah,
experience
yeah. Why not? I
was the thing.
totally. Not judging you at all, Neha. Not at all. Because first of all, who are we to judge people? Who are we to tell people what's right and what's wrong onto that?
Right.
जैसा श्री श्री अमिताभ बच्चन कह गए, नशा शराब में होता तो नाचती बोतल. So it's not the alcohol that really makes a difference. It's the individual and how that person takes it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, you just said that when you guys used to party and have parties and all, and you just needed the reason. And I was just in the evening talking to my sister, and
Hmm.
she was like, "Okay, now you've got a legit reason for drinking."
Yeah, you do a podcast on
Sure.
it.
Yeah. So I was like, "Yep, that's why I chose the topic." No.
And what a great name do you have for your show. So everybody wants a happy hour, don't they?
Yeah. Yep.
Whoever started off with the happy hour concept must have been a genius, no?
Yeah.
Happy hour, come order for a drink and have another one for free. Wow,
Yep.
that is so cool, man. Whoever came up with that, God bless you. Cheers to that.
Yeah. Okay. So let's since our episode is called Never Chase Anything But Drinks and Dreams. So
Hmm.
let's talk
Hmm.
about that. Uh, you know, there are dreams that you work hard for, and then when you finally achieve them, then you celebrate with a drink. There are those
Hmm.
dreams, and then there are those dreams which you only just imagine in your head when you're drinking. Those are just how what do we call them, fantasies probably.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Right? So have you had such dreams, your dreams which you want to achieve in life, and then you really enjoy drinking, celebrating, and
Yeah,
then the other ones.
of course. I mean, every time I have a good day at work, which is almost every day, and I come back home and I almost give myself that leeway. I give myself a pat on the back. Hey, Mantra, you've done well for yourself. You've done well. You've worked hard. You deserve that one drink, and I go ahead and grab that one. And but no specific dreams as such. I mean, we all came from different backgrounds. Uh, I grew up wanting to be. I was a hotelier, and I was serving people some amazing drinks at one point of time. I was so young when I was behind the bar working with my senior. I still remember him. His name was Satya, and he used to make the most wonderful drinks for people. So I used to dream to make those kind of drinks for my guests. Later on, I applied the same when I was at home. And I thought it was such a show, flipping those bottles, making
Yeah.
those cocktails, and yeah, man.
It's
So
also
I
just
enjoyed.
so good to look at, you know?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But the only thing that I still didn't try and never practiced also is one of those fire alcohols where you
Yeah.
pour fire inside the mouth of a person.
Yeah.
मैंने बोला उससे दूर रखना भाई. Not that I have a problem with it. I've tried that out also, but I have no, man. A bartender with a shaky hand
Yeah.
might just burn my
That's
mustaches. I
just
don't have one right now, but
police case waiting to happen then.
yeah. So some crazy bartenders I've seen in my life doing the most amazing, crazy things.
Yeah, true. Okay. Let's since you've worked in Bollywood, let's talk about Bollywood.
Hmm.
Um, do you remember how they used to show alcohol before 2000s and then how it has changed after that?
Hmm.
Earlier, um, well, I don't remember many movies from those era, of course, but some of because everyone in my family is a big Bollywood buff. Everyone.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh, all of
So
us are,
we,
yeah.
we always used to have movies on our TV.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even when I was a kid, more than cartoon, I used to watch Z Cinema. So,
Of course, yes.
so what I remember from those movies is most of the times you used to see villains having drinks,
Hmm. Ah, yes.
right? Um, or very rarely that used to happen that heroes used to drink and get drunk and do some stupid silly thing, and
Hmm.
heroine
Hmm.
will fall in love and that kind of thing they used to show.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
And now it has changed, of course. Now you
Hmm.
see actors, male or female, drinking in a very natural setting.
Hmm. They made it
They're
much
out.
more casual. They made it much more socially acceptable
Yeah,
in a way.
yeah,
Bollywood is absolutely responsible uh, for almost creating the society in a way, and what is accepted and what is not accepted. There's a reason why every time Bollywood gets in trouble when they show something which people turn around and say that you are disturbing uh, the the peace of society or stuff like
yeah.
that. But as far as alcohol is concerned, you're absolutely right. There used to be a time when Amrish Puri would come on and say, "अरे जब भी मैं कोई सुंदर लड़की देखता हूँ मेरे अंदर का काला कुत्ता भौंकता है अब मैं ब्लैक डॉग पीता हूँ."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
तो पहली बार जब मैंने वो डायलॉग सुना था, मैं अपने ब्लैक डॉग दारू के बारे में सोच रहा हूँ जो मेरे पापा के बार में रखी हुई थी.
Right.
And but come to think of it, yeah, I mean, बॉलीवुड का सबसे बड़ा अल्कोहलिक कौन है कैरेक्टर वाइज? टेल मी.
um
कौन कम
that
शराब पीने के लिए पीता है? हम तो पीते
oh
हैं ताकि उसे याद कर सकें. देवदास, नेहा देवदास.
oh yeah,
Devdas made be
oh
Dilip
shit,
Kumar Sahab or made be Shah Rukh Khan.
I'm not
Devdas,
I
yeah,
should
Devdas is the epitome of a person who has enjoyed his alcohol, or I don't know if you want to call it enjoyed or whatever you want to. डुबा दिया है शराब में
yeah,
अपने
yeah,
आप को.
yeah.
And yeah, but one man who really pulls off uh, an alcohol scene or a drunkard scene the best is Shri Amitabh Bachchan. And not once or twice, but so many times, many of his scenes have turned into legendary scenes because of the way he has performed it. May it be Satte Pe Satta, मैं शराब नहीं पीता. वो तो उसकी शादी में गया था तो वहां पर वो मेरा छोटा भाई रवि सोम. डू यू रिमेंबर दैट सीन? सत्ते पे
Not much
सत्ता.
really, but
Yeah, Amjad Khan Saab was sitting in front of him, or Maid be the other scene. In fact, let me tell you something about Amitabh Bachchan Sahab and his any scene where he is playing an alcoholic,
Mm-hmm.
wherever and whenever he's played an alcoholic on scene, you will notice that the sound which you are listening to, his dialogues, will
Uh-huh.
sound different than the rest of the movie. You know why?
Yeah, 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 yeah. True.
Because he never dubs for his alcoholic scenes, or in the scene in which he's playing an alcoholic, or in a scene in
Really?
which he is drinking, because he says that you cannot replicate that.
Yeah.
What he has done in a flow, take it or leave it. So they never dub it once again.
That's
So may it be that, may it be Agnipat scene, or many of the other scenes, wo सांप को केचुआ खाता है, केचुए को पिस्तुया, and all those scenes where you will hear a distinct sound. So wow, and Sharabi, man, I mean, the ultimate movie ever and the most ultimate character for Shri Amitabh Bachchan.
of
So
course.
that's what Bollywood and alcohol is in a way, from the yesteryears. And in the newer generation, you go, "Aaj blue hai pani, 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 pani." So it's a
Yeah.
different kind of a vibe altogether.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've always celebrated alcohol, and
True.
they've also shown the ill effects of it. So Bollywood should never be blamed for promoting or not promoting something.
Hmm.
They've done their bit of both
And now
sides.
I think audience has also evolved as much to not take it so seriously and take the story home or anything home.
I hope
Yeah.
so. I hope so. But there's
I think
definitely a long
I
way to
feel
go
so.
even right now to for the audience to get matured enough. And yes, of course, there needs to be some thought that goes on in the filmmaking or wherever, because yes, of course, they create an impact. Of course, they do.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So now let's just talk alcohol. What kind of alcohol? You told me that you enjoy whiskey. Any other drinks that you enjoy? Do you like
Um,
cocktails?
yes, I do. My favorite cocktails, Long Island iced tea, and but I don't put in as much of ice in it, because I always go to my bartender and say that, "Bhai, शराब पिला रहा ठंडा पानी नहीं, ठीक है, सो ये किसी और
Correct.
को बनाना, बेवकूफ किसी और को बनाना, ये जो टॉल ग्लास के अंदर जो तूने 7 क्यूब ऑफ आइस डाली है, उसके बाद वो कहाँ पानी बन जाती है और शराब रह जाती है, वो किसी को नहीं मालूम. So don't put in that many cubes of ice, so that it's a Long Island iced tea is the strongest drink on any menu, and if you're having that, you're having it for the high, not to drink cold water. I used to at one point of time enjoy replacing uh, the aerated drink, thumbs up or Coca-Cola, with apple juice.
Mhm.
At one point of time, I had a thing. So I used to go to the bartender and say, Long Island iced tea, but replace the Coke or thumbs up with apple juice. I used to enjoy that. Um, that's my favorite cocktail. I recently, while during my workout regimes or during when I'm watching my calorie count,
Mhm.
I replace whiskey with vodka, because vodka has lesser calorie than whiskey. And that I recently figured out, and I said, that's the reason why all girls go for vodka.
I
So
should probably also start.
no, man, come on. I really appreciate women who like their whiskey, and yeah, that. And while I was studying in London back in 2009,
Mhm.
and I realized that people drink differently over there, and uh,
How
rather than going, definitely used to go to pubs and enjoy the beer, and uh, the English people know how to enjoy their alcohol, and especially beers. But
yeah.
I picked up wine in London because I used to get these small pints, and they used to give me this immediate relief of from whatever I was looking for. That's when I fell for a wine called Jacob's Creek, which I'm sure a lot of people listening to your podcast would know. And Jacob's Creek continues to be my favorite wine. So these are some mix and matches. I go wherever I go, any part of the world. I try their local alcohol. I try their local food, um, like sake from Japan. I was in Korea. I was in South Korea. I was performing over there, and they have this crazy drink over there, which is very close to sake, which is almost, I think it's rice wine, if I'm not wrong, and I can't recall the name what they call it, but they have a very fun way of drinking it. So for those people who are listening, I'll explain it. For those people who are watching, they can understand. They would fill in the glass with as much as a drink, maybe 60 ml of that drink.
Okay.
They would take some beer
Mhm.
and mix it. So half the glass is mixed with beer. Then
Okay.
they take a spoon
Uh-huh.
and they put it in and they tap it thrice. One, two, three.
Okay.
And then they take it up, bottoms up. I don't
Oh.
know what's the whole spoon thing about, but I
Yeah.
remember this for sure. After our performance, our local Korean um organizers, they took us to a bar and they said, "Hey, you're gonna try our local drink. This is how you drink it. Cut, 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 and shots." And I don't know whether it really what they do. It makes a difference. But one thing for sure, the entire troop that I was with was drunk in half an hour, and we were rolling on the streets of Korea, going back to our hotel, and it was a fun trip. The Koreans are wonderful people. They really know how to enjoy their drink.
Nice. Okay. All right. So from that, let's move on to what is your favorite setting of drinking? Like, do you go out with your friends and party, or do you like house parties, or do you like drinking alone?
Uh, uh, Neha, you've caught me at my daily ritual. This is what I do every day.
Okay.
This is what I do. This is the time. It's almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
I sit with a drink of mine. I don't binge, maybe a drink or two, max to max, not
Right.
more than that. But it's a thing that I do. That's about it. Even during the most calorie conscious days when I'm really watching my diet and everything, and I'm working out and stuff like that, I'll still continue. I'll compensate somewhere else. मैं मतलब थोड़ा सा और खाना कहीं और कम खा लूंगा, but I'll have that one drink of mine. It's a thing for me. That's how my
Nice.
evenings are. But yeah, every time I go out with my friends, I mean, uh, that's 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 a regular thing. But after for the last couple of years,
Of
it's
course,
just
we
been
all
a
have
it's just
been.
been a
Yeah.
yeah. But I enjoy all of it. But yeah, 90% of the time I drink with myself. I am my best company.
True. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, of course, I go out with my friends and we have a lot of fun and all of that. But the best thing is, so as you said, when you work hard and you like to give yourself a pat on the back, that's what I do. The day I'm really satisfied with myself, I like to just sit in my corner, play some nice show or a movie on Netflix, have my drink, order pizza, and not get disturbed by anyone. I don't even pick up calls at that time. I just want to have, my own time then.
True that. True that.
So, yeah. Okay. What kind of food? I mean, uh, we can't miss out on food when you're, you know.
Yeah, no, but Neha, that's the you'll be surprised to hear. Please don't kill me over it, but I can't mix my alcohol with food for some
Really?
stupid reason, for some silly reason, and I think I picked it up from my mother itself.
Mhm.
Uh, ये जो चखना वाला जो world है ना, जहाँ
Uh-huh.
पे you have to have
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
with your drink, I never fell for that. I never
That's
picked
actually
it
a
up.
good thing.
Yeah, I never picked it up from anywhere. I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. A lot of people say that, साथ साथ में खाते रहना चाहिए, नहीं तो चढ़ जाती है. मैं इतनी पीता ही नहीं हूँ कि चढ़ जाए, और जितना पीता हूँ वो सुरूर के लिए पीता हूँ, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But the chips, the peanuts, the chaat masala, it just takes away the taste of what I am drinking.
Right.
Of course, the connoisseurs of wine, they mix their wine with the right food.
Yeah.
You go to France. I was given a tour when they tell us, this cheese goes with this wine,
Yeah.
this grapes would go with this wine and stuff like that. I said, great, man. Now they really know how to have their wine. But मेरे साथ प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना, मैं अगर पीते पीते खा लूंगा ना, तो फिर मैं बाद में खाना नहीं खा पाऊंगा.
Right.
That sort of a thing. And I also enjoy my dinner properly, which I don't like to mess up. So that's why I rarely eat alongside my drink.
Right.
Sorry to disappoint you. Sorry to disappoint a lot of people out there.
Okay. Music. What
Jagjit sings,
really? Okay.
yeah, from people different drink. जो 5 ड्रिंक के 3 ड्रिंक के
Yeah,
बाद
of course
जगजीत
there are
साहब याद आ
phases,
ही
no?
जाते हैं मेरे.
There
जगजीत
are
साहब आ ही
phases.
जाते हैं मुझे याद. And no, but yeah, I'm a big time uh, Jagjit Singh fan. I'm a big time Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Saab fan. So those are the songs that you will hear me listening to during my sessions when I'm having a drink by myself. Even if I'm with my friends, I would play the songs that I enjoy, which is these songs.
Okay.
जगजीत साहब के ऑलमोस्ट सारी गजलें एवरीथिंग आपके नशे को दुगना कर देती
Nice. I think my boyfriend would agree with you. I'm not a music person, honestly. So I don't mind my friends play whatever they want to play, and I'm okay with it.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. And when you're drinking with your friends,
Mhm.
when your stages change with drinking and the kind of music, and then the last stage comes of playing games, right?
Mhm.
When you are
Mhm.
at a house party and all, you end up playing games. What kind of games have you played? What kind of games do you
Yeah,
play?
most of the time because I have such artistic friends, I have so many of my singer friends, so most of the times we'll start singing. That's one thing happens. And
Ah,
और कहते हैं ना दो ड्रिंक के बाद तो हर कोई अपने आप को तानसेन समझने लग जाता है. So वही वाली हालत है. But I am lucky to have तानसेन friends. And
oh, I just remember, there's a friend of mine who used to sing for us while we used to drink, and he is also from Indore. I just remember that.
that's so cool.
And
So
he used to
yes,
sing really well. And he used to
yes.
cook also really well. Ah, I miss him now.
Ah, sweet. You should send him a message right after
Yep,
this.
I will. I will.
That's another thing that people do after a couple of drinks down. No, miss their friends,
Oh,
send them
yeah,
that
of course.
message.
And
Those
then there is
drunk,
another
yeah, those
phase where
drunk
you miss
texts,
your exes.
yeah, those drunk texts on late night which you regret the next morning.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I've always, taken care of. कि ना भाई इतनी ना पी कि जो अब दो बच्चों की माँ बन गई उसको रात को मैसेज भेज रहे हो तुम कि काश ये बच्चे मेरे होते.
True. I think I to honestly just forget that I have a phone. If I start enjoying the company, if I'm enjoying my drinks, I
That's
completely
wonderful.
forget that I even have a phone
Wonderful.
with me.
That's wonderful.
Okay, so now since we are talking about games, let's play a game. What do you say?
Yes, why not? Why not, Neha? What do you suggest?
Okay, so most common games are, people play do or drink, people play never have I ever.
ये नेवर हैव आई एवर के चक्कर में न जाने कितने लोग बेवड़े नहीं हो गए. कितने लोग मैंने पहली बार जब ये नेवर हैव आई एवर प्ले किया था I ended up in a very very bad state, so I'll be careful with it, but yes, we can go ahead and do that.
All right, okay. Um, so let's start with the game. And before starting the game, let me just revise the rules. I'm gonna say one fact that I have never done. If you have
Mm-hmm.
done it, you're gonna take a shot.
Mm-hmm.
If you have not done it, I'll take a shot. And whoever
Okay,
takes the shot gets to say the next point.
all
And
right,
whoever takes more shots wins.
all right, let's try. If you get a drunk mantra by the end of this podcast, you know who to blame. That's Neha right over there.
Okay, all right.
Okay, who starts?
Who's gonna
Ladies
start?
first. You start.
Okay. Never have I ever spread a rumor when I knew it's wrong. It's not true.
Never have I ever spread a rumor. Nah, I've not done that.
No?
No, no, I
Okay.
haven't done that. Hey, are you gonna drink at that?
Yeah, I have
You
to.
have to drink at that. Go, okay, go,
I've
go,
got
go.
shots here.
Oh, that is so cool. You picked it up for this podcast, didn't you?
Yep.
That's awesome. Go for it. This is your turn, girl.
Oh,
There you go. There's
I'm
one.
gonna just keep my.
Ah, good one, Neha. That's a strong one. I I generally I don't I'm such a lazy person when it comes to rumors. Most of the times, most of my friends consider me to be the perfect person to share their secrets with
That's right.
because they stay back with me. Because not because of anything else, but most of the times I forget. So even if I have to talk about it, I don't. So wow. So I get to say something now. Yeah, I get to.
No, I get to say something because I took a shot.
Okay, okay, go for it.
All right. Never have I ever lied on social media.
Never have I ever lied on social media. Uh,
Come on, tell me you have. I'm sure
no,
you guys have to.
no, I
About
mean, yeah, yeah, but I never found a reason for me to lie. That's the reason why I don't speak much on social media, because every time I'm about to write something, lied to nahi. हाँ, definitely मैं इस बात पे बोल सकता हूँ कि when we used to be on radio,
Mhm.
every time we used to go ahead and say this thing. आप सुन रहे हैं इंडिया के #1 रेडियो जॉकी. Every RJ used to say that #1. अब मुझे एक बात बताओ, अगर पूरे इंडिया के सारे RJs #1 हो गए, तो फिर #2 कौन होगा? So I will consider that to be a lie. So
Yeah,
here's the trick.
yeah, that counts. Okay.
Ah, nice, nice. Here we go.
So
अब
we
मेरी
are at
बारी है ना?
1-1. Yep,
1-1.
it's your turn now.
Okay. Never have I ever thrown up in a party after getting sloshed. Go for it, Neha. Come
Okay,
on.
okay. I don't usually, but yeah, there was a time when I did.
Go for it, Neha. I'm gonna make sure by the end of this game, at least you, the first time ever, go, 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 go.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
well done, Neha. Well done. It has happened to everyone. मैं इसलिए बच गया हूँ because मुझे बस मेरे अंदर की घंटी बजने लगती है कि बेटा
Really?
अभी होने वाला है, ये होने वाला है. इससे पहले, and that's why almost all my friends know that मंत्रा पार्टी से गायब होता है, एक भूत की तरह, जिन्न की तरह. उन्हें मालूम भी नहीं पड़ता कि मंत्रा कब गायब हो गया. अब उनको कौन बताए कि मंत्रा गायब इसलिए होगा क्योंकि उसे मालूम है कि थोड़ी देर में होस्ट का जो कारपेट है वो खराब होने वाला है. So here you go. So
Do you know your limit when you are at parties? कि okay, 4 पैक के बाद मैं थोड़ा happy हो जाता हूँ. I think that's enough, and I'm gonna stop at 4 pegs.
after one point of time at this age where I've reached, I have started to learn it. Earlier days पे नहीं था.
Right. So it's my turn. Yep.
All right, go for it.
Never have I ever dated someone because I was bored.
Never, not at all. Do I need to drink at that, or if I've not done it ever? Never. There we go. We've already started dropping things. Have we, Neha? 2 shots down. What have we dropped? The microphone?
No, it's just a pen.
Okay, Neha, 3 shots down. That's
Oh.
crazy. For people listening to the podcast, she just said she dropped a pen, but it was herself. And I can see it on the video. For podcast ka yahi mudda hai, Neha, people can't see, but you cannot just
You
say
did
it was a
not
pen.
lie. You just said you don't lie on social media. Now you are.
All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. 3-1, Neha.
Mm.
You're playing with a veteran here, it seems.
Okay.
Okay, you still get to ask the question because you've had it, huh?
Yep.
Wow, man, Neha, I can see the surur happening.
Now I'm just thinking, what do I think that you must have probably done?
That's true. That's true. See, here's a man who's seen a lot, who almost done, or we must have done almost everything. But for
But
all you know,
but
for
I
all
was
you
the
know, for all
3
you
shots
care,
down.
no, for all you know, all you care. I'm just starting off with life. Maybe I have a lot of things to do. I still have to do all those silly things that haven't happened yet.
Okay, okay. Never have I ever spied on my boyfriend or girlfriend for you.
Spied on my girlfriend.
On social
Date.
media, on somehow, like,
Spied on
maybe you
them.
have.
Maybe on a couple of my exes for sure. Yes, maybe if you give me that leeway. But while they were with me, that's most of my girlfriends always complained the simple fact that I never gave them that one pleasure of a jealous boyfriend. Never gave them that pleasure. And
That's really a nice thing. I'm
yeah,
sure they
हम
were
तो नहीं
very
दे
happy.
पाए. कई बार मेरे को पुश करना पड़ता था अपने आप को ये कहने के लिए कि क्या कर रही हो तुम, क्या कर रही थी उस लड़के के साथ. वो बोली कौन सा लड़का, वो कौन है, वो छोटा सा बच्चा. तो अच्छा ट्यूशन पढ़ने आया था वो तो. क्या कर ट्यूशन पढ़ने आया था, जाते जाते गाल पे किस क्यों किया, बोले इसलिए क्योंकि वो बच्चा है छोटा सा. Anyway, but I'll drink to that. I'll drink to
Okay,
that.
yeah, that counts.
Ah, nice one. So I get to ask you the next question, huh?
Yep.
All right. Never. Okay. What do I ask you this one? Never have I ever made out with someone after getting drunk in a club's bathroom or a lift or wherever. Come on, Neha. Oh, Neha's picking up her glass. This is crazy. Oh, this is so cool. First time I'm getting to speak to Neha and I'm getting to know so much about her. Don't worry, I won't ask you to get into details, but you're already 4 shots down.
Yeah.
That is so
Wow.
cool. What an adventurous girl. That's fantastic. Saturday night brought alive.
Okay. I
Okay.
got to ask you something that you've done. Mm, never have I ever
Mhm.
fallen in love with my friends or siblings, girlfriend or a boyfriend.
Sorry, the question again. मतलब किसी friend के brother, sister
फ्रेंड
and
या
stuff.
फिर नो फ्रेंड या फिर भाई बहन के
Huh?
उनके गर्लफ्रेंड या बॉयफ्रेंड के साथ यू हैड अबाउट यू हैड फीलिंग्स और समथिंग लाइक
Ooh. Now let me go back in this history cycle. You've asked me a very interesting question. Uh, Fallen in love? No, not really. Yes, I was in love with two sisters at the same time. I mean,
that's
yeah,
that's
almost that.
interesting. Did you
That was
think that
very
ahead?
no, don't worry. They were not Siamese twins, and almost every man's fantasy. But yeah,
Didn't come
but
true.
no, it didn't. And actually, they both had a. They couldn't decide amongst themselves about which one of them
Oh,
got to keep me. So yeah,
wow, that
that
must have
happened.
been fun. Two
Yeah,
girls fighting over
yeah. So yeah, but yeah, something like that. So, but that was fun. Yeah,
ego boost up ho gaya.
yeah, boost up, okay. But no, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, I'll take a shot. Ugh.
Now make this the last one. I don't want you to. You go. Fantastic. People say don't drink and drive, but is it don't drink and podcast, if that's ever a term that ever be. Make up new t-shirts, Neha, and start selling under your podcast channel. Never drink and do podcast.
Yeah, that will probably be a good
Yeah.
t-shirt or a meme.
So congratulations, Neha. You didn't win the never have I ever.
I did.
Oh, you did win because you had all the shots.
Yeah.
So that's how you become a winner? Oh, damn. I thought it was the other way around, yeah. Okay, well done, Neha. बहुत बढ़िया, आप जीतते हैं एक और छोटा सा शॉट जो आपके पास में अभी बगल में बचा हुआ रखा है.
That's all
Thank
right.
you. मत पीना और नेहा, please hold on to yourself. And
Yeah.
yeah, but I had a great time. And before I leave, I have this very interesting anecdote, very interesting किस्सा जो
Yes.
आपको देखा देखी मुझे याद आया. And we were talking about, our great experiences when we were drunk and we had a good time. I was in Paris. I was there for a show, and I had registered myself for a program called Night Out with a Parisian.
Right.
Where a local Parisian takes you out bar hopping and stuff like that. So I had registered some 20 euros or something. They had asked us to meet at 8 p.m. outside a metro station. I reached there, figured out that there were 8 to 10 people who had also registered, everybody from different countries, different nationalities. There were a couple of Germans, a couple of Britishers, Americans, Koreans, myself from India, and our host who was a Parisian, a local Paris guy. Antonio, his name was. And we at 8 o'clock when we all met very formally. Hello there, sir. My name is this. Hello there. Hello. Very formally, we were meeting. And it took exactly half an hour to 45 minutes for us to become best friends for life. Because we were bar hopping, we were drinking, we were just having a great time, and we became friends. We were by 9:30, 10 o'clock, we were singing on the streets of Paris. and we ended the night at 11:30 at the banks of Seine River, which is, of course, which flows right in the middle of Paris, and it's the most beautiful place. And at 11:30, when everybody said good night and they moved off, it's pretty easy to just pick up a metro station, unlike Bombay, जहाँ पे metro अभी तक बनी नहीं है. It's very easy to just pick up a metro station. It's आप हर थोड़ी देर में एक मेट्रो स्टेशन है, थोड़ा थोड़ा सा आप आगे जाओगे आपको एक मेट्रो स्टेशन मिल जाएगा.
Correct.
So that's how I had decided to go back to my place, to my old station. The problem is मेरी एक आंख बंद हो गई,
What?
which happens
Oh,
when I get drunk.
really?
So that by sign, I know myself that I know I'm drunk when I start looking at things like this,
Wow.
because I can't focus, no, because if my both eyes are on, I can't see much. So मैं एक आंख से ही देखने की कोशिश करता हूँ.
Wow.
नेहा, मेरा जो स्टेशन है, फॉर
Mhm.
मुंबई वाले अगर फॉर एग्जांपल समझे, तो अगर अंधेरी मेरा स्टेशन है और मैं अगर बांद्रा में हूँ, तो मुझे बांद्रा से अंधेरी आना है एक स्टेशन दूर, और अगर स्लो लोकल से आ रहा हूँ तो 3 स्टेशन दूर.
Hmm.
That's how far I was from my house, wherever I was staying that night. उस रात नेहा, मंत्रा हिंदुस्तान से निकलकर पेरिस जो पहुंचा था,
Uh-huh.
वो 4 घंटे तक के अंधेरी से बोरीवली से चर्च गेट से कॉटन ग्रीन से गोरेगांव से कांदीवली से चर्च गेट से.
Oh my God.
Bro, I just kept on traveling because मैं कौन से स्टेशन पे उतर रहा हूँ मुझे
Yeah.
समझ में नहीं आ
Oh
रहा,
my
और
God.
मैं स्टेशन पे खड़े होकर स्टेशन का जो वहाँ लिखा रहता है ना, उसको
Correct.
पढ़ने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ एक आंख से. जितनी कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि प्लीज मुझे समझ में आ जाए कि ये
Wow.
स्टेशन कौन सा है, और हर थोड़ी देर में मैं याद करने की भी कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि मुझे कौन से स्टेशन जाना है. शुक्र मनाओ कि पेरिस की उस रात को जो मैं 5 घंटे लोकल ट्रेन में यहाँ से वहाँ ट्रैवल किया हूँ, मैं सीधा साधा किसी तरीके से सुबह 5:30 बजे फाइनली जब थोड़ा सा होश आया, बाय डिफॉल्ट किसी तरीके से मैं अपने स्टेशन पे उतरा और पैदल चल के मैं अपने घर पहुंचा हूँ. और वो भी
Nice.
नया शहर, नई गली, पेरिस है ब्रो, दुनिया का
Of
सबसे
course.
सुंदर और सबसे वाइड शहर. समझ में नहीं आ रहा कहाँ जा रहे हैं.
Yeah.
But that was the craziest night of my life, and I just remembered it talking to you about this. So yeah, man, yeah.
Wow. That's
There
it.
you go.
Okay. So yeah.
How are you feeling
I
now,
think
Neha?
no, but
How are you feeling now? आप ही के
let's see now.
podcast पे I came on your podcast, got you drunk, and now I'm asking you how you feeling, Neha.
Yeah.
See, if this is the way you're gonna go about it, I would love to see Neha's happy hours go to episode 10, 11, 12, 30, 40, 50, 50 episode mein Neha, I'll specifically come to listen to your podcast at the 50th episode. I'm very honored to be your first guest on your podcast.
I'm so glad you came. Thank you so much. And
मैं
yes, I
50
would
पे
love
आऊंगा,
to have
तब
you
तक
again.
50 तक आते आते तेरी क्या हालत होगी मैं बस ये सोच रहा हूँ. But I'm very
Yeah.
happy that you started this.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And you took out time finally. Like, of course, I know you've been busy, but we got time. And this has been a lot of fun. But let's end it now because I'm a little drunk.
Yeah, I can totally see that. It's been fun for me for sure, Neha. I'll call you tomorrow morning to check on you also, by the way.
Thank you so much. That's really sweet of you.
Super stuff. Thank you so much, Neha, and wish your podcast all the very best for the future.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
That's it for today, guys. I hope you had fun. The show is created as a part of Podcast Lab by India Film Project in association with Anchor by Spotify. And before we say our goodbyes for the day, a disclaimer. Drinking is injurious to health, and it's certainly not necessary when you're 16. So, all young listeners out there, please wait until your 21st birthday. And adults, practice moderation. If you enjoyed today's show, please like, share, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends. Don't forget to connect with me on Instagram if you have suggestions or wild drunken experiences to share. 2 people with the most entertaining stories will get a chance to come on the show and win a surprise gift. So I'll see you next Saturday, and until then, Remember, life is a grand party. Live like it. Cheers.